Hey, brother on the bike right here. Did you get your flyer? Did you get your flyer? Hey, what's your name, bro?
Nick.
Huh?
Nick.
I can't, no put that on you. What you say?
Nick.
Nick? Okay, all praise. Nick, let me ask you a question. See yourself on that sign right there? Where you at? Native American Indian from the tribe of Gad. Bro, did you know Gad was, first of all, did you know that the blacks and Hispanics were your brothers? Did you know that? No, I know you didn't know that. You know why? Because give me song. I'm gonna tell you why you didn't know. See, this is one of the greatest mysteries on the planet. Who the real Israelites are. And guess what? It's only a mystery to the real Israelites because they don't know they're the real Israelites.
That's right.
But it was made that way. Watch this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Watch this.
Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemy.
Thine who?
Thine enemy.
They just said that God got enemies. Let me ask you a question. Do the Native Americans have enemies? Do the Native Americans have enemies? You don't know if they do? Who gave your people smallpox?
Bring it out.
Was that a friend that gave you blankets full of smallpox? That was a friend or an enemy? Was it an enemy that set your ancestors down at a table for a good feast and began to rape, behead, disbowel your people after you done taught them how to work this land, how to plant crops, how to hunt for the animals on this land? The Trail of Tears? Is that a friend or an enemy? So who is the enemy? You can say it, brother. We ain't scared out here.
Right.
We stand bold as lions out here.
Right.
Because for the first time in history, we are bringing these things out to our people to let them know it's time to wake up and come the hell off the plantation reservation.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Read.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee.
So there are people that hate God, and because they hate God, they hate God's people. You on that sign for the tribe of Gad. That's why they hate you. That's why the reservations get smaller and smaller by the years. Instead of y'all still owning this land. That's why y'all drunk in the morning time and high off methamphetamines in the evening time. Because God's enemies, which are your enemies, they hate your guts. Read.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
You know how they take crafty counsel? Because they got you believing that the so-called blacks and Hispanics are not your people.
Right.
They spend trillions of dollars every year to make sure that your mind stays disconnected from your heritage. Let me show you something. Look at this. Hold that up.
Bring it up.
Let me ask you a question. Did this not happen to the Native Americans? Were the Native Americans not sent into slavery on slave ships to different parts of the world? Do they not have the slogan, kill the enemy, save the man? Yes or no? Did they not send you into boarding schools to teach you that Christ was a white man and slaves need to obey their masters? Did they not teach you that? Because they damn sure taught it to the blacks and Hispanics. What is that telling you? That we the same people. Now let me ask you this. Did any other nation on the planet get that same treatment? Yes or no? Who? Yeah, but these are all the same people. I'm talking about, did the Asians get the same treatment as these folks? Did the so-called did the Arabs, did they get the same treatment as the Native Americans or blacks and Hispanics? Yes or no? Yeah. Okay, Win, tell me. While you think on that, give me Daniel 9 and 12. When did the Arabs go into slavery on slave ships to different countries and lose their nationality? Because last time I checked, Ahmad and Ubed, they know that where they come from. But you ask a Native American, how they got here, they say, oh, we came from the Bering Strait. Who the hell told you that? The same person that put your ass on the reservations.
Right.
You understand? Read what you got.
The book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 12. And he had confirmed his words, which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven,
under the whole earth,
have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem.
that's talking about you. Now let me ask you a question. Now we know the so-called Jewish, right? They lost like 6 million people in the Holocaust, right? Right or wrong? And so people say that that's like the greatest atrocity on this planet. Let me ask you a question. How many Native Americans died when the Pilgrims came over here? Hundreds of millions.
Right.
That's nothing compared. That Holocaust has nothing compared to what happened to your people.
That's right.
So when God says he has enemies, he got a right to have enemies. You understand what I'm saying? Now let me show you something about the nation of Gad, because the nation of Gad is a mighty people.
That's right.
But you have lost that. Give me Genesis 49. What you got? Give me that. Watch this.
The book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 5, verse 18.
Bring it out.
Sons of Reuben and the Gadites.
The sons of Reuben, those are your Seminole Indians. The sons of Gad, those are the rest of the Indian Native American tribes. Read.
And half the tribe of Manasseh, of valiant men.
You see that? Valiant men. Let me tell you something. I like to go hiking sometime in South Mountain. Bro, it's this one brother, he's Native American. I'm up there walking, I'm thinking I'm getting it. This brother done ran up and down the mountain twice before I got up there one time.
Bring it out.
Y'all are mighty people, even in your lower state today. Why? Because you were made with the Spirit of Christ in you.
That's right.
Give me that.
Men able to bear buckler and sword.
Bro, you hear that? Buckler and sword. Y'all was skilled with the sword plate. Y'all skilled with the tomahawk and the arrow. Bro, we read a book, I don't have it with me, where the Native Americans used to be sideways, leaning sideways on the horse, shooting targets with bow and arrows, while the horse was going 35 miles an hour. That's not a regular man. The Native Americans are not regular men.
That's right.
This is your history. Now give me Genesis 49. Come on.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 19. Gad, a truth shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
Now, if you know something about history, right? Y'all had a long war against the Caucasians. The Caucasians tried everything they could to keep the Native Americans down. But at the end of the day, it was the Buffalo Soldiers who were the blacks and Hispanics who had to help the white man subdue the nation of Gad, because the nation of Esau, which is your white man, they couldn't handle y'all by themselves. They couldn't handle y'all. Y'all were too ferocious. You understand what I'm saying? They had to get other Israelites to come and subdue the Israelites. Because these other nations know that they are not nowhere near as powerful as we are.
That's right.
But you have lost your heritage. Give me Jeremiah 17:4. Because of your beliefs, let me show you something. A lot of Native Americans, the reason why y'all lost this land is because of this stuff right here. Look. Y'all started believing in worshiping sun gods. Y'all started believing in Mother Earth and the different spirits for all different occasions. That's what the Muslims do. You understand? We got one God. That's it. That's the Heavenly Father who sent his son Christ to die for you and the other so-called Native Americans. You understand that? Now, give me, you got that read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4.
Bring it out.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
You discontinue from your heritage. Where your fringes at? You didn't even know you were supposed to be having fringes on. These are your ancestors. Have you not seen these style clothing before? Where you think they got that from? They got it from the Bible, which is your book. Give me that in Numbers. They got this. You see these? Come close. Let me show you. You see these little fringes? Look. You see all these brothers got them on their garments. You know why? Because this was a law that even the Native Americans used to keep. Even today in y'all lower state, y'all still got these on y'all clothing. Read.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto me, the Godite brother.
And bid them that they make their fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generation.
When it say throughout your generation, what does that mean? If you're generating, right, it said throughout your generation. So that means forever. That means that you're never supposed to take these fringes off of your clothes. Read. Come on.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So look, we don't just throw these up on our clothes just for fashion. It's a law. And you gotta wear a ribbon of blue on top of it. There's a specific way that you're supposed to wear these fringes. You see what I'm saying? Your ancestors got it on. Because they knew what was up. Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord,
And what?
and do them.
You see that? That's what happened. Commandments of the Lord. You start worshiping all these other gods. You allowed the white man to give you white Jesus. When the Bible says that Christ was like you.
That's right.
You allowed them to come into your communities and give you methamphetamines and get you hooked on alcoholism with all different types of drugs and STDs in your community.
Teach up.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you left the laws that were given to you from your God. Guess what? He said to hell with it. You understand? Give me that in Hosea 5:15. He said to hell with them, since they don't want to do what I say, and you want to be like the so-called white man who destroyed and murdered your people.
Right.
They used to take pregnant Native American women and cut the babies out of their stomach, rip them out by the legs, and smash them up on the rocks. But you want to be like them. You want to take their drugs. You want to take their philosophies. That's why your brothers have to come out to these communities and tell you to wake the hell up to who you are. You understand what I'm saying? Read.
The book of Hosea, chapter 5, verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense.
See that? God said to hell with the Native Americans. If they don't want to do what I say do, I'm gonna leave them to the white man. You understand? But guess what? What they say in Native American, we are the chosen people. So we have to act accordingly. We are royalty. So we have to act accordingly. You understand? Let me ask you a question. How many treaties did the white man break that he made with the Native Americans? Give me that in Psalms 55. How many treaties? It was over 400, 500 treaties that the white man made with your people. How many did he keep? Every treaty that he made with you was putting you one step closer into slavery and bondage. You understand that? And guess what? The prophets prophesied about this thousands of years ago that it was going to happen. I'm going to read it to you right now. 20.
The book of Psalms, chapter 55, and verse 20. He hath put forth his hand.
Come on, read it.
He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Because when he came over here on the Santa Maria, the Pinta, whatever, the good ship Jesus, guess what?
Mayflower.
The Mayflower, yeah. Guess what? Y'all stretched forth hands. You were like, okay, who the hell is these pink, red-looking folks right here, right? Because they call you the red man, but the Bible say that they the red man. Go figure. So they came over here and did what?
He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Because y'all was at peace with him when he came over here. Read.
He hath broken his covenant.
See that? But he broke his covenant. Y'all were at peace with this man, and he broke the covenant. He said, "The hell with y'all," because why? Come on.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
That's how he got y'all to sign all those damn treaties. Because his words were smoother than butter.
But war was in his heart.
Let me ask you a question. If you give a nation of people blankets with a deadly disease like smallpox, is that peace or is that war? Okay. If you give a nation of people methamphetamines to kill them off, but not just kill them off quickly, but to have them die a slow, decaying death, is that peace or is that war? It's war, right? All right, read.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil.
Now they said his words were slicker than a can of oil.
Yet were they drawn swords.
The whole time that man, give me 2 Ezra 13. The whole time this man came over here with a war mind. He was always at war with you, but you had no idea. You understand what I'm saying? You had no idea that his whole plan was to destroy your ass.
Right.
And you lost your heritage. Do you even know how the Native Americans got to this land? Okay, I'm gonna show you. Give me that again. Pull that up. Watch this. Because again, this Bible is our history book. It has all of our records of the past. It has our records of the present. And guess what? It's got our records of the future. Because the Bible says that even though we are in a decayed state right now, and we're being oppressed in these streets, there's going to come a day where the brothers are going to raise up and we're going to take this world back.
That's right.
Because it belongs to us and only us.
Right.
Now read that. Let me show you how the Native Americans and Hispanics got to this land. Read.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king.
Now, you see the sign, right, Brother Nick? See the sign right here. The first 3 tribes are Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, right? All the rest of the tribes on down, that is the 10 tribes that is talking about the northern kingdom of Israel. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi are the southern kingdom of Israel. You with me? Read it from the top.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
So check this out. The king of Assyria is talking about, we're talking about the 10 tribes. The kingdom of Assyria was over in this hemisphere, over in this side of the planet. You understand? So that's the context. Now read.
And he carried them over the waters.
Did you miss something?
Of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves.
So after y'all were fed up with being oppressed, y'all finally said, look, we need to take counsel among ourselves and do what?
That they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
Because y'all got tired of the heathen.
And go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
See that? Y'all went into a further country where never mankind dwelt. Read.
That they might keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
See that? Because Israel is a rebellious people. You got it? Israel is a rebellious people. We were always going in and out of following the commandments of God. Every time we stopped following the commandments, he put us in slavery. Then we would get tired, we would start keeping the commandments again, and then after a time when everything was all good, guess what? We go back into wickedness and back into slavery. It's an ever-revolving door. You understand? Read.
And they entered into Euphrates.
So now it's going to tell you the exact route that you took. Do you know what the Euphrates River is? It's like over here, right? The Euphrates River is like over here. Read.
By the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood.
So look, so y'all didn't travel like this way. So right in this area here, The waters are really treacherous. A lot of ships right here in this passage, they go missing because of how torrential the waves and the currents are. All right? But he said God made the area still so you could pass through. Now watch this.
Till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go.
It took you a long time to get to where you were going. How long did it take?
Namely, of a year and a half.
It took you 18 months to go from here to your destination. Actually, you know what the destination is. It's over here on this side, right? Because this is where you are right now, right or wrong? Read.
And the same region is called Issachar.
So the region that you traveled to that took you 18 months, a year and a half to get to, was called Issachar. Now let's see what Issachar is, according to the Jewish Encyclopedia.
The Jewish Encyclopedia, Issachar. The name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of man.
It said it's far away from the habitation of man, because guess what? Nobody lives over here. More people are the ones that discovered so-called America. You understand? Not the Americans. How the hell they gonna discover something if people are already there? That makes absolutely no sense. Read it again.
The name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of man, in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses.
Because you wanted to take counsel among yourselves, leave the heathen, and keep your own laws that God gave you.
Until the time of restoration, according to
Just read it.
Second Esdras 13, verse 45.
There you go.
Columbus.
Who claimed they discovered America? What was his name? Christopher what? Christopher what?
Columbus.
Who?
Columbus identified America.
Columbus identified America
with this land.
Columbus identified America with the Bible called Issachar. So guess what? Your friendly neighborhood white man knew where they were going. They knew they were coming to enslave the 10 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road. Purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.